Hello, everybody. My name is Janice Luke, and we're with the Abundance Tree Podcast for episode 6.
That's
April, I'm so excited.
good.
How
I'm
are you?
excited too. I'm happy to see you. How are you?
I'm doing great, girl. You're looking good tonight, as usual. Always looking so pretty.
You too. Look who's talking.
Oh,
Look who's talking. There go my pretty fro.
well, yeah, it's back.
I love
It's
it.
all good.
I
So,
love it.
tell
Girl,
us
we got
about
a
the
powerhouse
guest.
today.
Yeah, I'm excited. Tell us about our guest tonight.
So she is a remarkable individual who epitomizes sophistication and success in the business world. Um, mm, Lost my place. With a profound dedication to empowering women, she invites you to join her in a unique space where finance, legacy building, and unmatched style converge. Together, we'll embark on a journey to conquer the financial arena while exuding poise and allure. Ooh, sounds fancy. Get ready to make strategic moves and create a lasting impact. I present to you a true symbol of class, power, and our classy and influential friend who believes that one educated girl is one empowered woman. I just love it.
That's
I love
awesome.
it. I love it. Betty Citron,
All right.
also
Let's bring
known
her
as
up.
the business vixen in the
Uh-oh.
house.
Betty is joining.
Let's go.
Let's go.
The business vixen is
There she
connected.
is. She's connected now. Get that camera on. Show yourself, Betty.
I'm coming.
Girl, that profile picture is so pretty though.
I know.
Thank
You live and true to
you.
your name, business vixen.
Should I just leave?
There she is. Hey, Betty.
Yes. Hey,
How are
Betty.
you, Betty?
Oh, hello. How are you, ladies?
Good.
We
It's good to see you.
have
Thank you.
you guys look all nice. Backgrounds are
Oh,
glowing.
you're looking lovely
Girl,
tonight, too.
Thank you. I
Oh, thank you for coming on the Abundance Tree podcast. And we want to know about you.
me.
So tell us about your story. Tell us about you and your journey.
Oh my gosh. This feels like an interview. So tell me about yourself.
Yeah.
no,
We
not
want to
nothing
know.
that formal, nothing that formal. Like,
Oh, it's
just
all good. We want to know about you though.
who is the
Oh
business vixen?
gosh. Where do I start? Let me just, I guess, just starting with my journey, right? I got married really young, got married right out of high school. They teach you, go to high school, go to college and then you get married. I was a little backwards. I went to high school, I graduated high school and then got married. Had my first son at 20, not knowing what the hell to do with this kid. I was never one. I think in my heart and soul, like I always knew I wanted to be a business woman, right? I could remember like the age of 5, I used to put on my mom's, like her little dress up clothes and her heels. And I used to tell her, Mom, I'm going to be a CEO one day or a lawyer, like a high end, attorney. And, she would look at me like I'm crazy. And then here I am 18 getting married. Like, what? So I had my first kid at 20 and, had to figure life out. I quickly became a single mom. And so now I have these children, these boys, these soldiers that I raised.
I love
and
it. Soldier.
they're
How many
soldiers.
boys do
They're
you have?
soldiers. I have 3 boys, 27, 24, and 18.
Awesome. Shout out to boy moms. I'm a boy mom too.
Oh,
Shout out. I
yes.
know. I know. I
I'm a
feel
total
you.
boy mom. I'm a
That's
total boy
awesome.
mom.
How
I
you
used
got
to pray for a
27
girl. I
though?
used
You
to
look
pray for a
27.
girl, but then yeah, God said, yeah, no. You just get 3 boys and you're just gonna be happy. And he was so right because I have a niece, and if I had to raise a girl, I don't know, I'd probably be in jail, y'all. I swear.
How I feel, you not look, you wanna lie? You wanna lie?
Especially if she got my attitude. Woo,
Me too. It's the
not
mouth
good.
for me.
Not good. So, just became a single mom and I had work to do, right? I had kids to raise, forget about my dreams, forget about my goals, forget about anything that I ever wanted to do or even thought about doing, right? Because now is no longer about me. Now it's about these 3 kids. And fast forward, right? Raised 3 kids, but I went to college. I got my degree while I was raising them. I am a business major, and I have a dual in finance. So I have both, right? And I never used it. Never used it. I was so busy raising my kids and just doing everything else, and just life, right? Life was life, and man, it wasn't letting me be great.
Right. Well,
I
you
had
know
to
what?
keep
That's nothing to
pushing.
that's nothing to like sneeze at. That's a lot of work that you put in, even with
It's a
having
lot of
small
work.
children. And you got your degree, and even though you may not have used it, it's probably a great experience and knowledge for your background for what it's taking you now.
Absolutely, because if it wasn't for that, I don't know where I would be right now. So I'm glad I did it. But I started doing network marketing. I started doing anything I could to generate money to help, with my kids, and have them have a normal life, right? Like, let's go on vacations, let's get you those gym shoes, let's, if you need something for school, you're not going to school, with holes in your shoes, or there's always food on the table, you have your own room, you have a yard, like, those are my priorities. But now they're big, now they're grown, now they should be taking care of me.
That's great.
That's
But they're
awesome.
they're on their way, they're getting there. But I guess that the point is that I became a single mom, welfare, food stamps, did it all. I was there. I was talking to one of my mentors, and he's like, so tell me about you, the same story, right? And so I'm like, just telling him nonchalantly, I'm just telling him about my story, where I've come from. And I told him that I ended up relocating to Florida, and I was staying with my cousin while I got settled in. And he's like, oh, so you were homeless? And I'm like, no. He's like, but it was in your house. And I'm like, no, it was my cousin's house. And then he was like, so you were homeless? And I'm like, and it was. I guess it's just a matter of perspective, right? Because I didn't see it like I was homeless, right? I had a roof over my head. I was staying with my cousin. Had a job waiting for me when I got here. But when he asked me that, it helped me resonate, right? It helped me like, damn, I was homeless. Like it wasn't my house. I was living on her living room floor, like, waiting for me to be able to get my own. And so I had to come to terms with that. And it was a challenge. It was challenging. But I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I was homeless, but you know what? It's made me stronger, because I was like, you know what? I'm never gonna be in this situation again. And thank God I never have been. Um, so, now I've raised my children, they're all grown. My youngest is going to the army.
Oh, that's so
Your soldier
awesome.
for real.
The hardest thing. I ain't even gonna cry on this podcast. I'm not gonna cry. But it's hard. It's a challenge, but I thank God that I went through the mentorship that I went through at the time, because now it's giving me perspective of what my life is going to be like now, right? Because I'm no longer caring for kids. Last year, I want to say maybe 2 years ago, I went through a depression, because I'm like, my kids are gone. This one, he's in school working, so I never see him. So I'm like, I'm not a mom anymore. That was all I knew. All I
That's a
knew
crazy
was being
transition.
a mom. I worked, yeah, but it was like, you're just your typical job, right? Like my mentor says, a job is just over broke. And that's exactly what it was, right? And now I feel like, did I wait too long? My boys are grown now, but you know what? It's not too late. It's not too late, because I've gone what I went through. It made me stronger. My confidence is on a level 100 right now. And I just feel like I can take over the world. And I am starting my own business. We will be launching in January.
Yes.
And
Awesome.
yeah,
I can tell you one
Happy
thing that
New
it's not
Year.
too late. Yeah, Happy New Year. But I want to
thank
encourage
you.
you in the moment for what you said a minute ago about how it's not too late, because I resonate with that, because I'm older too. I'm 50, so I already said it. There you go. I dropped it.
I'm
So
pushing
so
50.
I definitely can relate to that. It's not too late, and my
Uh,
confidence, just like yours, has come up, and so I commend you for all the hard work, for raising your boys, for starting your new journey on your business. So it's starting in January. So tell us more about it. Like what's going on with your business?
So, as I mentioned earlier, I have this business management degree and I have this finance degree, and I never did anything with it, you know. And about 4 years ago, I got into network marketing. And to this day, I still use the products. But it was kind of one of those, you know, like you're building your own business, you're building your own team. And it just wasn't happening fast enough for me. And I was like, man, why isn't it? I mean, there is millionaires being born every single day in network marketing. And I'm like, why isn't it working for me? What am I not doing? And so I got in my head. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm too old. You know, social media is for these young folks, you know, like limiting beliefs, right? Because that's what happens. Limiting beliefs is really, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. So, you know, it took me about a year. I'm not even gonna lie. It took me about a year to just mentally decompose, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And when I say decompose, I mean just take everything out of your head that you once thought and just start from scratch, right? From day one. Okay, who do I want to be? You're not going to tell me who I'm going to be anymore, right? I'm not going to be a mom anymore. I am, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to just focus solely on my kids now, because now, you know, 20 something years that I've been raising them, I've been solely focused on them and not on myself. And I don't regret that. I don't regret that, because I'm where I'm supposed to be in my journey. And the good thing is that now they're going to be creating generational wealth with me. You know what I mean? Because now I can show them how to do it. Now they're going to be these young men with properties, and they're going to be set up for life. They're going to be set up for life. So, you know, it's
so good.
That's the name of the game.
It is. That's the name of the game. So I started a business. It's called the Business Boutique. And I guess the concept was born because when I was younger, fashion was always my thing. Like that's my jam. Anything fashion. I used to design. I designed prom dresses for high school. I designed prom dresses for my school, for my sister's high school, for my cousins in Puerto Rico. Like I was the designer. I was all about fashion. But I was too short to be a model. So
girl, stop it. Self-limiting belief. Come back now.
So the concept started from that, right? Like, how can I showcase who I am, or, you know, what I love, my passion, which is fashion. It's styling, you know, it's stylish. I love style. I love confidence. I love when somebody can just throw on a pair of clothes and they're just, no matter what it is, right? It could be a sweatsuit. But it's here. It's your confidence. It's your glow. It's your aura. You know?
When you're wearing the clothes and the clothes aren't wearing you.
There you go. There you go.
I know exactly what you're saying.
So then I was like, well, how can I make this into, you know, just something that I can offer people, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to use the concept of the boutique, but I'm going to make it business, because I'm not using my business degree. Like I need to pay, you know, I need to, for these student loans to have been worth it, you know? So I'm like, and as I'm going in the mentorship and they're touching on all these areas, and I'm like, man, I was like, I know that. I'm familiar with that. I've done that. I've heard that. I've seen that, you know? And I'm like, I could do that. And then I was like, you know what? That's it. I'm done. And I said, signed the freaking LLC papers, got it done. And I'm like, okay, so now I have this LLC. Now I got to do something with it. It was just, I guess, a form of holding myself accountable, right? Because I'm like, I have to do something. And let me tell you, the mentorship wasn't free, so I got to get my money back.
Right. I feel you.
Whatever I learned and whatever, you know, was poured into me, I have to execute. And that's why we're launching in January. So get ready. Business Boutique coming soon.
I'm so
That is so good.
Have you ever been in a mentorship before? And like, would you recommend it to other people? Because I had personally never done one.
This was my first mentorship. What I loved about this mentorship is that it combined two huge concepts, right? Mindset and business. Generational.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The two things that I think everyone needs, right? And I actually posed this question on my social media the other day, and I said, do you think that your lack of confidence holds you back from doing the things that you want to do? And it was crazy the amount of responses that I got on that post, and people just like telling me their, their opinions and their ideas and their thoughts. And I was like, wow, I was like, this really is a thing, right? Because I had to go through it. I had to raise my confidence to be able to move on to the next level. If it wasn't for me changing that mindset and becoming more confident every single day, I wouldn't be here right now talking about launching a business in January. I would not.
So true. And like fast forward to like 2014, I started a business. It was my very first business I ever started. I did an LLC. And you will laugh at me when it came to me going on YouTube, like the business, I needed to do a YouTube channel because ironically, it was a fashion business, right?
Oh,
And so I wanted to show, because I feel like, the red carpet thing is all about celebrities, but I see normal people every day doing a thing, right? So that's kind of the thing about it. So when it came for me to get on social media, because I'm usually not a social media person, never had a YouTube channel and stuff like that. When it came time for me to get on camera, girl, I freaked out. So that period you're talking about where you just have like a breakdown and then it leads to another breakdown and then you're just like, why am I breaking down? And then you break down again like, oh my
Well,
God.
I'm the queen of breakdown because I was even scared to do this podcast and to have the vision of starting this podcast and being on camera and things like that. But I'm we just do it scared, and I like to encourage everybody that's seeing this. Hey, it's real. The limiting beliefs are real. We've all been there, but the fact that we faced it head on and we changed our mindset and that you're on the journey, I commend you, Betty, and you too, April. So
Because
that
I was
y'all are
about to
killing
say
it.
that
Yeah.
business to this day is in the business graveyard. I ended up not doing anything with it.
okay, April, we need to talk. Let's revive it.
Yeah, right.
Definitely.
Strategic partnerships. Let's revive that business. Let's go.
Definitely. It's in
I'll even
Nevada.
give you I'll give you guys a fun fact. So I used to go to a performing arts high school, and I'm from Chicago. I was raised in
Me
Chicago.
too.
So I used to go to Curie. I don't know if you're familiar. It's a performing
Yes, Madam Curie. Okay.
so I went to a performing arts high school. Dancing is my passion. Like I'll dance anybody. Trust me. But we also did acting, right? So we had drama classes, we had some dance classes, we had some singing classes. We had all the performing arts stuff, and I was pretty confident and I was pretty good, at acting. But it's something different, or it hits different when life just hits you, because all that just goes out the window. I used to be able to act any part. I could do anything, right? And I wasn't scared. I guess I had that confidence. And when I was in high school, like I said, I was always about that fashion. And I don't know if you guys know the shirts that come with the finger cut out.
I'm looking at those nails, girl. Love those. Fire.
Love it.
So I used to cut those holes in my leotards for dance, because I was, I'm telling you, I've always just been like this. I've always been like this. So I used to cut the things out, and why a couple years later somebody just marketed that.
They did.
When I tell you, people who don't give their ideas enough credits.
Yeah. And mind you, that was like in the 90s. Okay, I'm not trying to tell you how old I am, but that was in the 90s, and you
that was.
I was in high school.
It was.
That did not exist.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, I could have been rich right now. You see,
and it's still a thing to this day. It is still a thing. Right?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And workout clothes, just fashion statements all the way around.
Girl, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you incorporate like all of this, you wrap this up and you package it to give to other people that starting business and have like not the clue of how this actually works when you start doing it.
Yes, absolutely. So,
oh my God, that's so awesome.
So, the thing is that I do want to work on confidence first, though, because my business is obviously geared towards women, younger women, middle-aged women, older women. It doesn't matter, right? But it's like I said, that's my favorite quote. Like, one educated girl is one empowered woman. If you start educating these girls from when the time of their young, be careful, because these girls are going to be just powerhouses, right? And that's what I feel like I am. Like, I feel like I'm a powerhouse. Like, I'm ready, I'm ready to step into that role, right? But it comes from working on myself, confidence, self-development. I worked on self-development for almost 2 years before I could say I got to this space, right? And still, I'm not gonna lie and say, now I'm just no. I still get nervous. I still get like, in my head about it. But the important thing is to remember like certain techniques to just kind of bring you back down. So whatever it is that works for you, and what that looks like, is it a glass of wine? Is it meditation? Is it journaling? Is it, shadow work? Is it breath work? I don't know whatever it is for you, but whatever works for you.
Right.
I love it. That is so powerful how you're going to be a strong role model for other girls and women and bring them up. And that's so powerful. And for them to know that, hey, they're not the only one, and anyone listening, you're not the only one. We've all been there. We've all been nervous. But for us to do the work, you've done the work, Betty, as far as getting your self-care and self-love. And so you're in a great place to bring others with you. So that's so awesome. So powerful.
Shout out to my son's girlfriends. Let me tell you something. Shout out to my son's girlfriends, because I have seen it all, ladies. I have seen it. Back in my day, my mom would never let me go to a boy's house. That just was no.
Yeah,
no.
Me either.
Period.
No, period. No.
Exactly.
Like,
And they're not coming over here, period.
No. But nowadays, I have 3 boys, mind you, right? So I'm meeting all kind of girls, like just girls that, I've had girls come to my house with their, butt hanging out from the shorts and just hopping everywhere, pills, smoking weed.
I'm screaming.
All kind of stuff. And I just look at them and I'm like, man, like, I just want to mentor you. Like, I just want to help you. Like, I just like, just talk to me, but I've learned not to do that too.
It's like they don't kind of like, because you're there. Like, the fact that they're doing that in front of you is just, that kind of took me, it's like, we didn't used to do that. You know what I mean? In front of somebody. Right. So I feel you, like, let me help you, sis. Young girl,
exactly. That's exactly my thought. I'm like, man, you don't have that at home. I could tell you don't have that at home. Let me help you. Let me guide you. Let me be your mentor. Let's be friends. Because even if you don't end up with my son, which none of them have, right? But I want you to value yourself. Like, you have so much potential. Like, women don't even realize, like, just the ball of strength that they have in them. And you show a young lady, for example, my son's last girlfriend, she was going to go to the army with him too, and then she decided not to. But in the transition of her going to, she wrote me so many text messages. And she was just saying, and this was just confirmation for me, and this is why I'm bringing it up. But, sometimes you don't think that you're making an impact, or that someone is not looking at you, or that someone is not listening, or, but man, they're listening, they're watching, they're feeling, she sends me these texts like, thank you for making me feel at home. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you for being there when my own mother wasn't. And I was like,
wow, that is so good.
I just died. And I was like, you know what? This is confirmation. This is confirmation.
Yes.
This is what I need to do. And I've gotten that from several of their girlfriends, different ones, right? Because they're still young. So but different girls. My oldest son, his ex-girlfriend, they were together 5 years. And even after they broke up, she would still come over and ask me for advice, or ask me, how do I get here? How do I go there? What should I do? Just, and for me to be able to be a part of that's my everything right now.
That
Girl,
is so
I
powerful.
wish 17, 18, 19-year-old me had a Betty. Back in the day,
Yeah.
shoot, 21, 22, 23-year-old me had a Betty.
Tell
Girl,
me about it. Tell me
Yeah.
about it. I mean, you know what? I think
oh man.
my mom was a single mom too. She raised two girls, three foster kids and like a bunch of step kids. But my mom was the same way. Like my mom is very empowering too. You know, the only thing is, you know, she was a single mom, of course, and you know, just the resources, the money, the education, the job, you know, so she did the best she could too. And I just swore that I was not gonna stop there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I had my kids. Yeah, I graduated high school. Yeah, I went to college. Yeah, I got divorced, you know, but I'm not stopping there. I'm not gonna let any of that.
Wow. You are just the best example of just going for your dream, and no matter like it's not too late and you're just going for it. That's so awesome. And for those young ladies to see that, not only are you leaving a legacy, do you realize how powerful this is? Hold on.
Right?
Not only are you leaving a legacy for your boys, but you could potentially like people looking up to you, like the young ladies that you spoke of, looking up to you, and they can get back on track, and even you might have a chance to mentor them. You know, you might make a difference in their legacies for their families. It's just so
Like
powerful, you
like
know.
That's my goal.
countless people, countless young girls, you know what I mean? And then they, you know, I feel like that type of energy spreads, you know, because you give them the game, they'll give it to somebody else, and they'll give it to somebody else, and then they can bless, you know, whatever young man they do end up with, you know, and their kids and stuff like that. So you don't have to grow up without, you know, getting the attention and the education and the guidance and the support that you need. You know what I mean? Like you're definitely changing the narrative, and I just love it. I
Thank
love
you.
it. It's gonna snowball into something great for real.
Huge. I can visualize it.
Like an avalanche, boo. Like
God be
That's
like,
so
you thought I was
good.
playing with you, right? You thought I was playing with you? Here you go.
you are doing God's work for real. So I see it
Right?
happening.
That's
Yes.
Bring
awesome.
it. Bring it. Because I'm ready. I'm ready.
That's
I just feel
awesome.
like, you know, if we empower women and we empower these girls to become empowered women, like we're just gonna take over the world.
So I'm a
That's
brand
so
new
good.
customer. I have no idea about business, and I come to the business boutique and I say, girl, Miss Betty, I need help. I have a business idea. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to brand myself. Like, what is branding? Like, what can you do for me?
Absolutely. So the first thing I do, my consultations are free. And I don't really have, and I'm still trying to work this out, but I don't really have like a set, oh, like my 30-minute consultation, you know, because I feel like my consultation, and I've had many already, and this is why I still need to tweak it, but I feel like with my consultation, that's where the personal stuff comes out, right? So you can tell me you're getting ready to do a business, but I'm going to ask you why that business? Why did you choose that business? You know, what's so special about this business to you? Because you can, it's almost like, you know, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, right?
Mhm.
So I can tell you all day how to structure a business. I can tell you all day what to do to get business funding. I can do your branding for free. But if you're not a person who's motivated, if you're not a person who's confident, and you're not a person who's willing to take a risk on yourself, then we can't work together. So I
You
want,
try to dig all that up
I
from the
want
top.
go-getters, I want hustlers, I want those people that, you know, they want it, right? They're hungry, they want to eat, like they're ready, right? But I realized in my consultations, not everybody's there. You know, everybody thinks they're there. Everybody thinks I want a business, but all they're thinking is this. They're not thinking all the hard work that goes into it. They're not thinking about the finances. They're not thinking about you being there. Okay, you complain about a 9 to 5. Try starting a business and then come back and complain to me about a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like
Okay.
it's just so much that goes into it. And so really, I want to set people up for success from the start, right? I don't want to tell you, oh yeah, let me just set this business up for you right quick, and then just get your money and then you're gone. No, man,
Right.
we need to do something,
Like
right?
so many
So,
people do.
right, and I found that in my consultation, like a lot of people were just ready to go, right? But a lot of people weren't. Like after I had, you know, that conversation with them, they had stuff to think about. you know, because imagine going to get business funding for, you know, an LLC, and then you don't know what to do with it. You have no idea where to go, what to start, how to launch, how to do anything, how to even come up with the expenses for a startup, right? Like, how do you do that?
Nobody talks about that for real.
Nobody talks
Right.
about
What
that.
tells
They're
you
just like,
about
oh, go
it?
get an LLC and go get you some money, you know? And then
Right.
Do you
Right.
think that's how a lot of small businesses fail, like within the first couple of years? Because you
First
just
2
got people
years.
just jumping in and don't know what they're doing, and nobody kind of gathers them and gets them together.
So that's like the whole reason why we started the podcast too, because you know we've all been in the rooms and everything, and we see like we see our mentors and we see the end product, and we all want to get there. We all do. That's the goal. Yeah, but it does take work, and so Betty's gonna be there for you, and she'll be your mentor, and she'll guide you through the steps that it takes. But it does take work. You have to
Steps
be
that
willing
usually
to
get
take action. You have to be willing to take action. That's the key. Because it's not going to be from starting to all of a sudden you're finished and legacy built. You got it. There's that process, the journey. So we
Right.
celebrate you in that, you know, and taking
Definitely
others with
celebrate
you.
you,
So,
man.
yeah.
And one thing I forgot to mention is that when you do book a free consultation with me, you get my free ebook on 10 steps on how to become a badass. So,
Oh, hold up.
I want that.
I love it.
I
Y'all
want
better book a call with Betty. You need to get that ebook. We're gonna have it in the
Yeah.
description. Yes.
I'm
Wow.
excited.
I'm excited too. 10 steps
Yeah.
on how to be a badass. I need that.
How to become badass. Because we have
I
to
love
become
it.
badass, right? Like, we're women.
I love it.
I need
I
it because we're
love
so
it.
used to being soft. Like, it's okay.
And you know what? You don't have to be loud. You can be quiet and be a badass. You can be, you know.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Those are the baddest badasses,
Yeah.
the ones that are quiet.
Bougie, whatever you want to be. But
I know, right?
Right? I love it.
That's awesome.
You are empowering people from the top to the bottom back
Right.
up.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
Get it out.
that's my business model, right? That's my mission, that's my vision, that's everything is, you know, let's start from the core. It's almost like the flower in your background.
The
Wow.
lotus. So
Right.
I love it.
So you
That's
see how
what-
it goes like this? It's the same thing, right? We start with confidence, and then you're going to see how everything just kind of, all the doors open. You're just going to visualize everything differently. You're going to see everything differently once you start feeling yourself. Because when you start
Right.
feeling yourself,
the
like,
lotus flower.
Oh,
It's something
I can
that
do
comes
that.
from something
do
really
that.
ugly.
do that.
It turns into something beautiful.
That's
Exactly.
awesome.
And that's what
That's
I
what I
want. So I
think.
don't want to just sell you, you know, here, let me just help you, you know, build your little business. No, I want to help you become this powerhouse of a woman. I want you to start your business, and then I want you to buy real estate so that you can have and build your personal portfolio. And then that is the generational wealth that you're going to leave for your baby.
Checkmate.
There you go. That's awesome.
Checkmate.
Enough said.
I love it.
Drop it.
Drop the mic, Daddy.
That's
I'm sorry,
awesome.
drop the mic, Business Vixen.
I know, right? I
Love
love it. I love it. So tell us, like, where can people find you? How can they connect with you? Get your ebook?
Absolutely. So I am all over social media. I am on
Right.
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, LinkedIn.
I love it.
Business Vixen. And my ebook is, check the link in my bio.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
we'll actually include it in the description as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, do you have any other, like, any final thoughts or words of wisdom to leave before we say goodbye?
Just thank you guys for trusting me to come on and and sharing my story with you guys. I know we could have gotten a lot, you know, deeper, and, you know, maybe one day we can, and you'll fully understand my vision.
Absolutely.
I resonate so much with your vision, and Business Vixen. Don't you're not going nowhere. You stuck with us because we're gonna need you back for
Oh,
a
yeah.
launch, a pre-launch, a post-launch. You
Now,
know, I made the 3 months from now after I launched and
Yeah.
all of that. So we want you to definitely come back on and share your victories and just, you know, I guess like just tell the story that usually goes untold, you know. So we definitely want you to come back and just share everything with us. Like, how's it going?
I will. I definitely will. It's gonna be going great. I already know.
I
Oh
know
yeah,
too. So I want, girl, I want all the tea. I just
Yeah.
know.
I love it. We're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna see how you progress and everything. It's gonna be great. So
In real time. And I think that's
yeah,
good for people to see too. Like you were saying, Janice, like we always see the end product, like, oh, look at
Mhm.
all my money, look at all my cars, look at all my houses
I
and all this
know.
stuff. It's just like you don't see the tears, you don't see the breakdowns, you don't see
uh,
the past due notices that's coming, and you don't see the sleeping on your friend, cousin, whoever couch or whatever on this pallet on the floor. Like you don't see that part, but it the hustle and the grind to get there is for real. You know what I mean? So just
Yeah.
even the
Definitely.
research and the planning and the implementing and the executing. Let me say this too.
Execute. Definitely execute.
Yes. Congratulations to you, and I got to give you your flowers for putting the time into yourself and investing in yourself and taking the
absolutely.
time, because it's not overnight. You said you took 2 years to kind of get your mind right mentally and kind of come back down to get back out in the world. Hats off to you, flowers, girl. Round of applause. Drop the mic, fire emoji,
Yes,
all of that, girl, because that is a lot. That is a lot.
it is.
That is a lot
We're,
for real.
and we're definitely so proud of you and your journey. And yeah, we definitely are gonna
Absolutely.
have you back. So just thank you for coming on, Betty. It's awesome.
Thank you,
You're doing
Daddy.
great things. We're proud of you. So
Very proud of
thank
you.
you. All right. So we have about a minute or so. So I don't know if you want to take us out or are we good?
Make sure you check out Business Boutique launching in January.
All
Business
right.
Boutique launching in January. Her IG is at Business Vixen. Is there an underscore on that, or is that
Underscore, yes, at the end.
at Business Vixen underscore on Instagram? And you can get her ebook and get everything and get to her and get all the good game and the advice and just everything, period.
That's
Period.
awesome. With that being said, thank you once again, Betty, for coming on. And we hope you all enjoyed this
Bye.
episode 6. I'm
Episode
Janice.
6.
You
Yeah.
guys are
Very
doing an
excited.
amazing job,
Thank
by
you
the
for
way. So
watching.
Right.
kudos to you
Awesome.
too.
Thank you. I'm
Bye.
Janice Luke and with April Capri and Betty. We'll talk to y'all in another episode.
Oh,
Bye,
do
y'all.
this again, Betty. Them nails. It's the nails for
I
me.
know. I don't have them.
Um,
I had a great time. Y'all be good. Bye, y'all.